Hi, this is Aaron for BandLab, and in this video we're going to make a pop funk beat in BandLab's free online DAW. You can open this project yourself with the link in the video description, and if you find this guide useful, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be the first to know when new videos drop. I begin by setting the project tempo to 115 BPM and the project key to G major. Funk and funk-influenced tracks are predominantly beat-driven, so I'm going to start by making a drum part. I add a virtual instrument track and select drums, drum pads, Prince kit. I program a simple beat with kicks on the first and third beat of the bar and snares and claps on the second and fourth beat of the bar. I also add hats on quarter notes. Now that I've got a funky rhythm, I'd like some funky guitar to bass the track around. I open BandLab's sample library and enter funk into the search field. The pop funk pack is the natural choice to look into, and here I discover a selection of funky guitar loops. Funk Light Guitar 3 is exactly the flavor I'm looking for, so I drag it into the project. I want the first part of the second bar to repeat, so I place the playhead over the middle of the audio clip. Make sure the clip is highlighted and press the S key to slice it. I then put the playhead halfway through the second bar. Again, make sure the clip is selected and press S again. I don't need the final clip, so I'll select and delete it. Then I duplicate the start of the second bar. You can duplicate clips and MIDI notes by holding Option on Mac or Alt on Windows and dragging them into place. I now have a more consistent sounding 2-bar groove to bass the track around. In the pop funk pack, there's also a great sounding synth loop that works perfectly with the guitar sample I chose. Funk Light Lead 3. So I drag this into the project. I'd like to give this a more organic feel by layering it with an acoustic piano part, so I create a new virtual instrument track and select the keyboards, pianos, upright piano instrument. I program this to play some simple chords that complement the synth lead sample. This is definitely approaching the level of energy that I want for the track, but of course there's a very important missing ingredient, the bass line. I want a big bouncy synth bass, so I create a new virtual instrument track and select the basses, synth basses, deep house instrument. I program a simple bass line that hits G, F, and D. I'd like some extra percussion elements to get the rhythm grooving more, so I return to the sample library and this time click the Loops tab and enter Shaker into the search field. Backstreet's Shaker 2 is what I'm looking for, so I drag it into the project. I loop this out for 2 bars using the loop handle. I'd also like some rides, so I enter Ride into the text search field and drag High on the Ride Drum Groove 3 into the project. I only need the first 2 bars, so I slice it and delete the unneeded audio. Before I go any further, I need to set the individual track levels so that the master isn't clipping. I turn all the tracks down to -6 dB, aside from the piano track, which I feel is slightly too loud, so I take it down to -9 dB. The section I have already is going to be the track's chorus, so I need a verse. To create this, I copy out the beat and bass and create a simplified version of the bass line that just hits G and D. To create an arrangement, I start with an 8-bar beat-based intro, where the shaker comes in halfway through. After the 8 bars, we enter the first 16-bar verse, and here the drum top sample kicks in after 8 bars. To build up to and emphasize the arrival of the chorus, I want some sound effects. I search for riser in the sample library and drag speeding riser into the project so that it builds up to the chorus. I then search for crash and drag Silver Yacht Crash into the start of the chorus. To balance these effects, I turn the riser track down to -12 dB and the crash down to -6 dB. I also want a drum fill to mark the transitions between verses and choruses, so I add a drum fill to the drum track. After the chorus, the verse and chorus repeat, and this time they're followed by a bridge. Here, just the drums and guitar play, and the bridge is followed by an extended chorus. You can fork this project and make your own version of it using the link in the video description. Have fun!